Who am I is not a question to be answered with the logical mind. This mind would like to jump in and create some mental affirmations. Who am I is a thoughtless, wordless experience. It is actually a sense of self that is present in every experience. Where experience is changing, but the sense of self that that has experienced 84 parts has never changed. That's why Baba keeps saying, you're a point. You're not the stories within you. He's wanting to objectify it for the being, the subject of all these parts recorded within him. Because the being has been living. Believing himself to be the object. Rather than the subject of these experiences. Every day he's consistently, constantly speaking to the point, who himself has never changed. So he wants the being to come out of this imaginary world created by this mind that loves imaginations. Baba says, child, see what I see. You are not an imagination. You are not an illusion. You are pure existence, life itself. You have many imaginations within you, a whole world of imagination within you. The whole drama is inside of you. But you are not inside the imagination. So first know yourself as that being that is embodiment of silence. Answer to who you are cannot be in a language or in a word. Know you are silence itself first. Mind can easily jump in and say, I'm a point, I'm a point. Mind can say, I'm a beautiful, divine being of light. I am this and I am that. Anything that the ego mind offers today is simply a concept, an illusion, an imagination. Doesn't matter how beautiful those statements may be. First, know self is silent. No language, no body, no thoughts. Silent. And you see what it's like to be without any language, without any thoughts, without any words, without any body. Again, don't allow mind to answer it. Just know. Just be that empty space. Empty of any concepts. Ideas. Nothing. See how easy it is to then naturally experience Baba's company. It's not a striving to experience your parent. Images will arise, thoughts will arise, thinking will happen as me. Images that will come will feel intimate. Just be interested in your truth, the awareness within which they come and go. Attention is on the self, not on the contents within the self. Self and Baba. Self that is the source of the entire play. Self that is the source of the opposites, but itself beyond opposites. Self that is the source of all the concepts, but itself beyond any concept. That self is who is the child of God. Not some concept being the child of God. Baba cannot parent a concept, an idea. Baba can parent truth, reality, true self. Baba's love cannot be received by some imaginary thoughts or thought-made character. Baba's love can actually naturally, easily be received by in fact, there is not even a question of receiving. It's just present eternally as a bond between the self, the true self, and the Father. Concept-free self and the Father.
Om Shanti.
Shanti. So we'll go to our Murli from 24th of June.
What's the date you said? 4th of June?
24th, Mama's Murli, the same Murli as yesterday.
24th of June.
This is our duty where someone can slip or move away. You are warned about that in advance. You're moving along, and so you have to move with caution. If you want to claim your full inheritance from the Father, you have to make sure you move firmly and with determination. This destination of God's knowledge is very high. You have to go across all these things that come and claim your full rights. You have to caution yourself about these things. So what claims our full rights is nothing but our imaginary thoughts. They're constantly claiming our identity. Do you feel that? So Mama is saying you have to caution yourself about these things because they're constantly claiming your identity. So you have to caution yourself about these things, whether you're old or new. These things apply to everyone. Maya's vision is on everyone, old or new. We haven't yet become Maya proof. If a soul has become we haven't yet become Maya proof. If the soul has become complete, that body too has to become complete. So now this has to be understood very clearly that, as we mentioned yesterday, I think, or maybe let me ask you, what have you understood first from this? Anybody?
Sisters, we all are born from vikar, from the lust. So there cannot be 100% accuracy in body and mind. That is the reason Maya will keep coming till last. Because the origin of our body itself is wrong.
Okay.
So Maya has to be there till last. And our body and mind cannot be foolproof, just like soul. Even if we are trying to divinize it, sanitize it, it cannot be as pure as soul at any point of time.
Okay. And anyone else? What have you understood from this? It's very important. Otherwise, you'll be caught up here. No one else?
Can you read one more time the last part?
Yeah. We haven't yet become Maya proof. If a soul has become complete, that body too has to become complete. But no, we are now sitting in incomplete bodies.
So does that mean that the soul is constantly aware of Maya and constantly not identifying with Maya and being in truth? And that will reflect in the body, but not right now. In the sense that the perfect body will be in Satyu, but right now, even the body's sensations and everything, the soul is getting um, not identifying with it, basically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
very
that
good. Mm-hmm.
so these sensations and all that will be there
Mm-hmm.
till the end. In the sense, it's not going to go away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I wanted to read, very good. I wanted to read that on that what you just mentioned. One of the points on Karmatit Murli, that even if the settlement of past karmic debts means you have to experience its fruit in the form of physical illness or sanskars of mental suffering, or you suffer due to a clash of sanskars with other souls. However, a karmatit soul is not affected by such suffering of karma. Instead, a karmatit soul becomes a master of these feelings and endures the pain until it passes.
And this has actually helped a lot in creating more, like getting more involved in the character, or in the situations, because now you can, even though as exactly like this, that even though every time the reaction comes or something happens, still the very second you are out, the very
Yeah.
second you are not even another thought on it,
Yeah.
that why or how come I'm still reacting like this, because I am not that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that has really helped a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And that is why it's more like these karmic accounts are definitely there, which are constantly coming in the body through sensations, in the mind, as was mentioned in this, through some scars of mental suffering. All of that will constantly be there right now. Yeah. And the more the being is aware of that fact, then what happens is one finds that bodies are incomplete right now, because the soul more and more is experiencing its truth. It's like Maya will constantly be there till the end, so it's not Maya proof in that sense. Yeah, but the being
Body
can,
will also remain incomplete, no? Body will also remain incomplete till
body
last.
will also remain incomplete, because pure body can only come in Satyug. It can't come here. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, pure body and pure mind, both in that sense. But right now, the soul just has to stay untouched. That is all the effort of confluence ages, if you want to call it effort. So, but no, we are now sitting in incomplete bodies. However, you mustn't be shot by Maya's bullet again and again. You would be hurt by this, means you are believing Maya to be you, right? So you would be hurt by this, and then your register would not be good. So 100% clarity, 0% identity. Very important. So your name would be spoiled. Maya becomes very clever and makes you fall. This is our war, a non-violent war with Maya. There was no war between the Kauravas and the Pandavas. It was a war between the Pandavas and Maya. So it's not a war between Kauravas and the Pandavas. Does that make sense? It's a very beautiful point here is being mentioned by Soul Behind Mama. Kauravas, it's not a war between Kauravas and the Pandavas. It was a war between the Pandavas and Maya. What must we do now? Continue to keep yourself safe from Maya. Continue to keep yourself safe from Maya. And the way to keep oneself safe from Maya is, again, I am that empty space. And in front of who are these thoughts appearing of Maya? Yeah? That's the only way the being can truly they say, no, make the Maya mind completely de-energized. That's the only way. Secondly, keep your body, mind, and wealth as a fixed deposit in the Almighty Bank. Keep your body, mind, and wealth as a fixed deposit in the Almighty Bank. Ensure these, and with your elevated actions, continue to make your future elevated. Whoever does something will receive the return of it. So the more the being is experiencing his seed reality, right? What is a seed reality of the being? And who can truly experience seed reality? I can say I am the seed. I can say I'm the being of love and I'm the being of bliss. But internally, somewhere you're still seeing and believing yourself to be someone who needs to become something. Is it possible that you are experiencing your truth right now? Because as we were saying earlier, mind is constantly giving answers to the question of who am I? Wanting to constantly answer that question with some smart aleck answer that it has learned. Actually doesn't even know who the soul is. So the being
Theoretical answers.
theoretical answers.
Yeah, just the theory part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Impure mind is active, and that is why body is incomplete. Yeah, and the soul is kind of identified with the impure mind, right? And that is why it's like Baba has given us these 100 years, so that the being, whoever has really lived from whenever they actually realize their truth, it could be they realize their truth in last 10 minutes before every soul goes home, right? And in those 10 minutes, they experience the eternity for those 10 minutes with 0% identity with Maya. That's enough. Then there could be someone 40 years in Gyan. And studying and following everything. And yet, identity with Maya is not gone. Yeah.
So that is exactly what Baba says about the religious founders, right? That they will have that experience, but will not have the idea of the whole drama cycle. And that's the reason why they come later on, but with that extreme purity, right? But in those in Gyan, in 40 years, as you said, they know the drama cycle, they know everything, but have not experienced that eternity like 100%. So that is the why, they, even though they come in Satyug or Treta Yuga, but still that is the difference.
Yeah, and that is why Baba, we were reading this Murli in Hindi today. That's why Baba said in that we read the same Murli, and the same Murli creates kings and subjects both. So, for the drama's sake, of course, But most important is to really see that I, the being, am truly experiencing my eternity. And how do you experience your eternity? It's not an experience. Eternity experience means it's not broken. It's not I'm experiencing eternity now and then I'm not experiencing eternity. How do you experience eternity?
It's awareness.
See, again, mind will give the answer awareness, but how do you really experience eternity?
No, it's not that. It is realization also.
Yeah, but
Like
what is
earlier,
the again, soul is not
situations
dependent
come,
on the
situations
experience.
come.
Sorry?
So, I mean, we interact with other souls. Situations also come, but then clarity is there that this thought which is coming is impure, and that impure thought is not me. So we leave it like that.
Okay. Anyone else?
No matter what happens, even though our script, we even though sometimes we identify with the script, right? Soul identify with the script and comes in action, but immediately comes out. Comes out means step back. That okay, happened doesn't go even doubt or in guilt, because soul has that much conviction in owns eternity, the truth, right? So no matter what happens in the drama scenes or even in the soul caught up in the mind's thought, or doesn't matter, the internal feeling, internal bliss remains the same no matter what happens in any situation. Means it doesn't even matter any kind of outcome in drama level. So that's what this one experience, like eternal bliss. इतना conviction है कि कुछ भी हो जाए, चाहे कितना ही वो beneficial लग रहा है, नहीं लग रहा है, कुछ भी हो जाए, उसका कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा है. जो भी हो रहा है ड्रामा में हो रहा है, चाहे कितना ही अच्छा दिख रहा है, बुरा दिख रहा है. कई बार लग रहा होता है कि ये सोल इतनी, soul gets so much attached to even a thought, a spiritual thought, but soul knows still it's in the drama, even it's not happening, it's still on the drama level. That much conviction, the eternal truth, eternal bliss soul experience all the time. Happens, doesn't happen, doesn't happen, it's still in the drama. I with Baba, no matter what happens. So yeah.
And anyone else?
The situation is very powerful now as compared to earlier, and the soul believes it is because of the clarity, and talking is very less now. Most of the time, the soul is in essence, does not go in expansion throughout the day.
Your voice is muffled.
Without
Just
any effort.
Your voice is.
Is it clear now?
Yeah.
So now the state is very calm and stable. Thoughts are coming. Situation comes where we need to act, but then take time whether to act or what should do. The reaction part also the soul is working now. Outside what is happening is now does not affect. Inside also what is happening is not now much affecting.
Yes. Anyone else? How do you, the being, experience your eternity? Again, it's not an experience which is coming and going. It is not an experience which is you are hankering after. It's not an experience you're looking for.
It's like truth is truth, but and that full 100% knowing the truth. That's it. No matter what is happening or what, you're not like judging any part of the drama or anything else. truth is truth. I mean, that is not going. That is eternal truth. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and like knowing that nothing can change that. Nothing can.
Mm-hmm.
And constant, I mean, that comes with constant attention and constant
Mm-hmm.
introspection.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Anyone else? No? Mm-hmm.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Yeah. So when our truth and our real posture and positioning of our eternal soul consciousness feel is felt real me, then all the stories and whatever 99.9% it's all adverse. What drama, what body, what name and rope, and whatever other characters roles, everything is there, but impact of my own real blissful state, that has such a magnetic pull that soul is enjoying like anything and becomes so rich beyond, I mean, the color of my own fullness and my own beautiful me is such a permanent feature which makes dull everything else. It is everything is there, it's okay. But once I have tasted, I am that Satchit Anand, then the uh, intoxication and the real Baba's lap who makes this love, unconditional love, felt for the self from him and from for everyone, then doesn't matter anything else. Everything is there, but it doesn't influence me anymore with that pull or anything. It becomes all fika actually. That's understanding. Om Shanti.
Mhm. Actually, just, yeah, this is it. It is like just this one understanding that change is only at the level of the mind and body and physical world. But at the level of the soul, there never has been any change. Never. There's a constant moment by moment experience of change that is going on within me. This whole person experience is constantly changing within me. But I, this being, is completely immune to change. Completely. Which is why Baba every day is pointing. I'm a point, you're a point. Point has 84 parts within it. Objectify this 84 parts. See that as a changing phenomenon. Don't see yourself in that change. Know yourself as the one who is actually accommodating that change, who's allowing that change to take place within oneself. I have never changed, and I can never change. There's a very deep experience of, now again, the word experience is very deceiving if it is used as just simply a word. But this experience has got no beginning and no ending. And in me, the mind can talk about eternity. In me, the mind can even try to experience eternity. The ego mind we are talking about can try to experience eternity. But in that changeless me, there's a constant state of total acceptance, total embrace of everything happening within me. It's as though I'm just untouched by what is within me. So Mama is saying, the directions given are the same for each one, but whoever does something will create something for themselves. You all have to keep full relationship with the Father and not look at others in this. Because Baba is constantly looking at your eternity, your imperishable truth. All of this dharana is to make you understand everything yourself, to explain what is wrong and what is right to others means explain it to yourself. Very true. To explain what is wrong and what is right to others means to explain it to yourself. This is why Baba says, if you caution others, you yourself will be cautioned. So all of you are moving along at such a fast speed. Are you not? Acha. This one thing one has seen in Mama's Murli, the Purusharth that soul was, soul's attention was on just self-service internally, just self-service. Continue to keep a full chart for the rest of the day of remembrance of Baba and of service. You have to continue to do whatever you are doing for the livelihood of your body, but you must not have too much greed. You have to do whatever is needed for your income in terms of looking after yourself. Whatever time you have, use your body, mind, and wealth with the power of your intellect for godly service. There is benefit and only benefit because you will accumulate through this now. The Father says, child, now accumulate for yourselves through which you can receive 100-fold or 1,000-fold. Acha? To the sweetest, worthy children and to the children who are moving along with such caution, Bap Dadas and the mother's love, remembrance, and good morning to such children. May you accumulate an income at every second by having remembrance of the Father, the point, and become a multi-millionaire. You, my child, can accumulate more than multi-millions at every second. When you put a zero beside one, it becomes 10. Add another zero and it becomes 100. Similarly, remember the farther the point for a second, then as soon as the second passes by, a zero is added because it's eternity, right? Second means eternity. So you, my child, are now becoming multimillionaires by accumulating such a big income that you will continue to eat from that for many births. Even the father is proud of you children who earn such an income. So this was Mama's Murli. Do you understand the blessing? When you put a zero beside.
Income in sense of blessing, sister.
Yeah, it is. The being will, what happens is the more you, the being, experience your, it's like you are experiencing your true nature as Baba sees it. What starts to happen is that those vibrations that are being emitted, it's like, the sun that has started to realize it's the sun and not the clouds. Now the rays of that sun are constantly shining and bringing life to everything. Something very similar, the vibrations of the soul who's experiencing his truth is reaching many, many souls without himself knowing about it, right? So it's like 0 can become 10, 10 can become 100 and 1,000 and multifold on its own. Just by being 0, all this service is happening. Just by remembrance of Father. And why 1 second? It's not that 1 second of a person mind. It is the 1 second of eternity. So if it's truly connection with Baba, then immediately, can you imagine this being combined with God? How can that be ordinary connection? Can that be ordinary connection? And that is why I wanted to read some aspects of Karmatit Murli points today. And in that, as we read one of the points, that even if the settlement of the past karmic debts means you have to experience its fruit in the form of physical illness or sanskars of mental suffering, or you suffer due to a clash of sanskars with other souls. However, a karmatit soul is not affected by such suffering of karma. Instead, a karmatit soul becomes a master of their feelings and endures the pain until it passes. And then the next point is, in a state of yoga, they are smiling. They transform the crucifixion into a pinprick. They endure the internal burning. That is, they withstand the pain until it is ended and thus finish the karmic debt. So there will be a lot of pain when the ego is dying inside. Yeah? Whether it be the pain through physical body, whether it be the pain through mental suffering, there will be like pain that is internal burning. That's the point Baba is making. But you, the being, is not. You, the being, is so detached naturally from the mental suffering as well as the physical suffering. So detached. And in that, being untouched by it, karmic debt is getting settled. Does that make sense? Yeah?
Even though we feel, soul feels the pain in body, still the in mental first. Yeah. It's more of a mental suffering, and soul can see that suffering.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's what Baba is saying here, that soul can see the mental suffering, the sanskars of mental suffering are there, and it's like enduring the internal burning also, that they withstand the pain. The soul can withstand the pain until it is ended, and thus finish the karmic debt. Yeah. So we all souls are experiencing to some extent internal burning sensations of body sensations and mental suffering, right? Mind's thoughts are constant, sometimes at war and sometimes quiet and sometimes just a tsunami. That's an internal burning that is taking place, right? And these experiences are happening moment by moment within us in some different forms and different shapes. But am I the being experiencing my karmatit state? Then I will not be influenced and affected by it. That is why in this other part, Baba had said, make yourself unaffected by the pressure of the influence of karmic accounts of a previous birth. Be unaffected by the weakness of your present spiritual efforts. Now, this is extremely deep because the mind wants to create a future out of spiritual effort and spiritual awakening also. Once I will understand this all, what would my life be like?
Reach somewhere.
Yeah, I have to reach somewhere. It creates a destination out of it. Baba is talking about destination in the drama, and our ego mind creates a destination in spiritual efforts about it. Yeah.
But somewhere, sister, that um, desire is there to always remain calm, to always remain stable. And the mind feels good as compared to earlier. Now the mind is quite stable.
Yeah, and Baba is saying even the unaffected by the weakness of your present spiritual effort, because that spiritual effort, Baba knows, is a person. Are you unaffected by that person's spiritual efforts? By your part's spiritual efforts, are you unaffected by it? That is the karmatit soul. And unaffected by the impact of a meaningless or waste sense of self-importance, that is character identity, right? Or your unimportant sanskars, are you unaffected by them? How can you be? Can you see? Imagine space is getting affected by what you put in it and what you take out of it. Can't even imagine that. Space getting affected by anything. So that is what Baba is telling us over here. So this is called becoming free from karmic bondages, karmatit, and bodiless. That is being bodiless. That's what Baba is saying here. This is what is the meaning of bodiless. So bodiless does not mean there is no sanskars of the past or there is no weaknesses of the present spiritual effort. All of that is there. But the soul is unaffected by it. Right? The soul who is a master cannot be affected by its own karma. The soul who is a master cannot be affected by its own karma. Which is why when we say, when there are souls who say, but it came into action and I feel so bad, it should not have been coming into action. If I'm awake, that means it cannot come in action. And if it came in action, then that means my practice is not good. And constantly living in judgment of one's own experiences. Because there's so much identity with the experiences. And here Baba is saying the soul who's a master cannot be affected by its own karma. A karmatit soul comes into relationship but not into a bondage. The moment you experience that whatever action that did take place as I did that action, I who performed that action. Even if it was
Mostly,
yes.
sorry. Mostly when it comes in action, even whilst doing it, it's already past.
Yes.
Karma means is past.
Yes. Yes.
Right? So karma past means soul is unaffected by the past. So
yeah. So the moment it has happened, who am I? Again, not mind answering that question. Timeless. That last second does not exist for me. Only that one can be a master, that is cannot be affected by its own karma. Karma
we
yes.
usually we if we have the understanding of changeless too, because you go in guilt and doubt because the person identity feels something has changed in me. I have changed my own practice, right? I have maybe uh, changed the flow I was
Yes.
following, right? So this guilt, and because of the soul is not experiencing the changelessness, so that's why guilt and doubt and all the other tsunami of thought comes.
And even that is not a problem. Even if
Yeah.
tsunami, it's not a problem, right?
But it starts with that when you go in guilt, because a thought is judging the other thoughts. Oh, this happened, I was doing this, do this. So means all person is talking, but when soul is, it just comes out changelessly.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's why Baba is saying karmatit means you're not even affected by your past karma. Past karma of even a second. For Baba, past is a second ago is also a past. So karmatit means you are not affected by your past karma. But as a master and an authority coming into karma through your sense organs, be detached from desire for momentary pleasure or benefit and perform karma through your sense organs. Then the soul can easily use the body and perform karma through sense organs, if not affected by past karma. Very beautiful. And this Baba spoke to very few souls, this Murli. These Murli points were spoken to a small group of senior Raj yogis. And I'm like, why was that there, Baba? Why not all? But it came to us, so that mind created that question. So that is the beauty of these karmatit points. I wanted to kind of share. But one of the favorite ones for this one here, for practical purposes, was this one that I shared. That you endure the internal burning, that is, you withstand the pain until it is ended. This is for practical purposes, is one of the most useful points for this one. Yeah.
Sister, is it because you personally experience it? Once you said to me you were suffering from tumor. Is it why you can correlate with this point?
Yes, absolutely. I feel if you have not experienced or endured the internal burning, then that means you haven't really seen the subtlest forms of your Maya within you.
Yes, yes, very true. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But this is happening with these souls also, I believe. All the souls who are there in this Baba's class.
Uh-huh.
Everyone is suffering with something, whether it
Not
is
suffering.
fatigue
I
or
hope
whether it
not
is
suffering.
laziness.
I hope not suffering, but I hope
Yeah,
endure. Yeah. There's
yeah.
big
But
difference
now,
in
now
suffering and
that
endurance.
pain is not affecting.
Yeah.
Mental pain, physical pain is not affecting.
Yeah.
The
And
sensation is there.
not just the physical pain, even mental suffering.
Yes. Actually,
Yeah.
mental, not at a physical level. If
Ah,
it is there, it is not there at mental level. Physical does not matter at all.
yeah. Exactly. Exactly. So the mental suffering of the Maya mind will be there, huh? But are you the one suffering? That is where Baba is asking you to check. Are you that one that is suffering, or are you able to endure it? Endure means what?
Endurance, is it acceptance?
Yeah, it is part of acceptance, is part of
Face it,
Like watching it.
facing it.
observing it, facing it. Enduring means, your truth can last forever. Endure means something, an English definition. Let me look exactly what it means. I'm sure dictionary meaning will be better than what I am endure meaning.
Independent of.
You the
How long
ability to
it lasts.
continue doing something painful or difficult for a long time without complaining.
Yeah, without complaining, without even feeling as me or mine. That's better. Without it being felt as me or mine. Yeah. It's like you're seeing somebody else's pain. It's not your pain, it's somebody else's pain. Right? So I, the being, can see my mind suffering as though it's somebody else suffering. It's not my suffering.
This one feels like a total independent of
Yeah.
whatever
Totally
is
independent of mental. Yeah, totally independent of mental suffering.
Even Hindi sister is very good. बिना असंतोष के सहन करना.
Ah, very beautiful.
Very good.
बिना असंतोष के सहन करना. Yeah, tolerance with contentment. Beautiful.
Yes. Yeah.
That's actually the accurate meaning. Yeah, we've been looking for that
Generally, we
meaning this
tolerate.
morning.
Yes.
Yeah, the
Generally,
other day you have
tolerate,
mentioned
contentment
tolerance.
is not there.
Yeah. So with contentment, you're able to see the suffering of the mind also, the pain of the mind, the mental sufferings. But you are not experiencing that as me. You're content with the, as Baba says sometimes, content with the discontentment of the mind. Yeah. So that's why Baba is saying this, that they can withstand the pain until it has ended and thus finish the karmic debt. And in that, karmic accounts are getting settled, in that the person is dying. True? Very beautiful.
When Baba was dying, Brahma Baba, before leaving his body,
Leaving the
for
body.
so many days when this there with him, she could see. Once he told also कि जनक बेटा आपको पता है अभी ब्रह्मा बाबा और शिव बाबा एक साथ मिलने वाले हैं. And she could see the whole room was with full light. So that means he also died, left the body with so much of contentment.
Yeah. The soul was content throughout, even when there were discontentment storms in the mind. That was the beauty of that Purushartha of that soul, no? And that is the real Purusha, power of endurance of your own inner kingdom. The king that can endure its inner kingdom's dysfunction. Huh? Endure means with contentment. Automatically, inner kingdom will merge in the source. Automatically. Yeah. So this is real karmatit state you are experiencing now. Yeah, you are experiencing now. Soul is forever beyond karma. In confluence age, you have this knowledge. Don't allow Maya mind to take it. Yeah? Because sometimes we hear this knowledge point, you will become karmatit at the end. And then how the ego mind hears it is very different from how the soul will hear it.
In the end, all the souls will be karmatit, but with suffering, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
After suffering.
Yeah.
But with knowledge and with Gyan and with Baba, we can be karmatit whilst watching the everything,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. So you, the being is karmatit now, you've already realized. Confluence age is the age to realize you are karmatit already in this moment, because the being is a tiny point, right?
Yeah, the being is karmatit.
Yeah, the being is karmatit. And being has realized I have all the 84 parts within me, right? So I have already become free from the bondage of the story the moment I have this realization.
It is just because sometimes it gets mixed up and it gets identified. That is the reason why it says that 100% it will be in the end. But does not mean that the soul is not karmatit right now.
Exactly. Exactly. And even now, it's like, as we said, that's why the endurance point is so important. Karmatit soul is able to endure. Otherwise, who can endure? The pain of the mental suffering. Who can endure? Only the karmatit soul can endure. Rini does not have that power because Rini itself is part of that suffering. Rini itself is a sufferer.
Suffer, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is why it is so important to get this point very clear. That I, the being, am observer of the sufferer, which believes itself to needing to become karmatit at the end. I am karmatit, and from that space, that being who's out of the story of the mind, out of the feelings and thoughts and mental suffering, and of course, physical world is lifeless for it, that being can endure the pain of mind. All the sanskars that are bombarding it from 63 parts, all coming at the same time in confluence age. Only that point has that power. The karmatit one. No, the Rini and this effort-making person cannot do it. An effort-making person will feel it's okay, main purusharthi hu, it's okay. I'm still making effort. I will become karmatit at the end. Don't worry, everybody will become. You don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, that will not be, that is a choiceless thing.
That's not, yeah, that's a choiceless thing. Time is your then teacher, and mind is your teacher, and mind is forced you to, through pain and suffering, you are doing it. But when you're detached from the mental suffering, it's a very different way of living in confluence age. Very different way. Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So this is why when this one hears some other things, so this one really has to check oneself deeply. In that moment, I feel my capacity to love is untouched. And there's a conscious effort for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a conscious
And that itself shows the soul's patience.
Yeah, it is. It is a very conscious effort by the being. And the being experiences deep gratitude for those beings who have a different understanding. And it's like you just really, and you know, it's targeted at your part, right? And so it's like literally you are sitting there with Baba and you're experiencing that your truth is so untouched. And there is deep gratitude for their part. Because unless they attack your part, you will not know how much you can love unconditionally. Yeah? How much you
Yes,
can.
absolutely.
Yeah. So this one enjoys these challenges, you can say. Yeah.
Sister, endurance comes with patience and acceptance both, right?
Beautiful. Patience, acceptance, contentment. I would love that word contentment with it.
Yes.
It's very beautiful. That is the very nature of the being. So the being can observe discontentment of the mind, can observe the burning sensations of the mind, can observe that feeling of being attacked by the mind. Yeah, but the being is untouched by it, completely untouched by it, which means my love flows, continues to flow. That is not a barrier at all for me. My love can break dams, you know, it can break as many barriers there may be from my ego mind, but my love can break it all. Yeah. And that is the power of your love that emerges. That's the power of endurance. True?
Yes.
So this is what one finds that this is extremely important. That is why you realize how each one's script has to play out in a way, because how else would your unconditional power of love ever unleash? Ever. Oh, love
There
in
is a
what?
question, sister, in chat. Love in what sense?
Love of the soul beyond all the barriers of Maya mind. Because Maya mind, whatever it's creating, it's an illusion. It's creating feelings very intimately, very strongly, very powerfully. It's speaking as me, it's speaking as mine, it's feeling attacked, it's feeling this and it's feeling that. Even though this one has never approached anybody, the part has never approached anybody for anything that you should come and join the class or anything ever. Yeah. But it's just that there is a certain feeling you are feeling that part is being attacked, right? And it's like, but this is where you, the being, feel your power of love. And no need to justify.
That is very important because this one gets lots of with the same thing that want to say something, want to explain, want to give the different ideas, and every time this one has to go with Baba. Whenever it's a good time, right time, I'm sure you will do. The drama will unfold at its own time.
Exactly.
And just watch that those bubbles, those, yeah, the rising bubbles that want to say something, want to say something.
Exactly. Mind really is wanting to kind of defend and at least justify or at least say something that I've never sought anybody from the wherever. But
Yeah.
But it's like, no, the truth does not need to justify itself. Truth does not
Yes.
need to prove itself. And my love can truly be ever flowing. Ever flowing.
This is actually, you can see that that Baba says the boat of true love, the truth
Yeah.
is going through that turmoil, but you know that it will end up at the
Yeah.
right position.
Yeah. I always feel love will win, truth will win. I always feel others, Maya does not have that much power, but my love has more power.
True
You
love
know,
has more power.
yeah,
Yes.
and my own Maya will not have that much power. Their Maya will not have that much power. My love combined with Baba's love will break all the barriers. And
Yes.
and that one finds this very powerful position that the soul feels with Baba. And his love really gives you that position. Yeah. Yeah. When character suffers, it gets irritated on each and everything. That's okay. Good, na? You are not your character. Right? Character can get irritated, character can suffer. I mean, I can't tell you, it's not just this one. Right now, the soul behind Rini, and if we can go offline and stop the recording, that would be great. I don't know how to stop the recording. Sister Yamini, do you mind? I don't know if you can hear me. Anybody who has idea how to stop the recording?
दीदी वहां पे बटन होगा ना रिकॉर्डिंग स्टॉप का you are the host so you can I think do it
You can only do it. We can't.
Button on the button menu. Where is the button menu?
At the top, it is written REC, recording. Just see there.
I don't see it. May have to expand something. Okay.
Otherwise, you leave the meeting, automatically recording stop.
It is recorded where? Mine is also recording.
Everybody can see except Rini.
Record. REC is written. It's recorded.
Sister Yamini, are you there?
Oh, it's stopped. Mine is gone. On the right hand
we
side,
can't
there is also.
we can't see the option even only host can do it.
Oh yeah, now